We're good?
Hi Scott, so
Hi.
you work for Adobe, tell us about that.
Sure. So I run a part of the product at Adobe that is focused on services for community and for helping people collaborate as they create stuff.
So with TechSpace we work a lot with Adobe products and do you have any source of inspiration or advice to give us?
Well, I would say that the creative process always starts by getting inspired and learning from what other people are doing. We built a site called Behance, which is it's a community of millions of creatives all around the world who show what they're doing. And I think that showing what you're doing is a big part of learning. And also seeing what other people are doing in the beginning of your creative process is just a great way of getting inspired and getting on the right path.
Well, we're always encouraged in our tech spaces to be as creative as we can. Is that important in your job?
I think so. I mean, creativity is very important, but it's not as important as execution. It ultimately comes down to doing stuff, and ideas are worthless if you can't make them happen. And in order to make an idea happen, you need to have a great team. You need to really be focused on fewer things. The hardest part is killing some of those ideas that you have in order to give enough attention to the one or two ideas you actually want to make happen. Getting feedback from your peers, getting people to help you understand the flaws that you're missing, the lapses in judgment, and then just getting it out there quickly. We call it shipping. Always focus on shipping and getting it out the door, because if it sits under development for too long, it will never happen.
Adobe is a huge company, and you obviously must be very achieved to be a part of it. What was your inspiration growing up? How did you get involved?
Well, I don't have a technology background. I don't have a computer science degree. I was just really inspired by a problem that I wanted to solve, which was, how do we organize the creative world? How do we get people noticed and help creative people get opportunity all around the world based on how good they are at what they do, rather than who they happen to know or what school they happen to go to? So I think you always want to start by solving a problem. And that's one of the things that sometimes people think of an idea to start a big business or do something cool, but what they need to remember is it's all about solving a problem that people actually have.
So as an entrepreneur starting out, what would you consider success to be?
Well, I think success is ultimately making an impact in what matters most to you.
And there's many entrepreneurs here. Is entrepreneurship important in Adobe?
Very much so. Adobe has a whole history of innovation through both inside teams experimenting and trying things and coming up with some new technology, as well as acquiring small companies that have come up with great things and actually changing the DNA of a company. Any company that's really successful needs to start thinking about what's next. And as soon as you start resting on your laurels and just doing what already worked, you won't do what will work in the future. So innovation is very important, and entrepreneurship or intrapreneurship, if it's within a company, is a very key way to get there.
So even within TechSpace, we explore a lot of Adobe's products and online things. So what would be the strangest aspect of your work that you've ever taken part in?
Well, the strangest, let's see, I would answer the question on the community side of the business, which is a part of the business that I run. It's amazing and humbling every day to see the types of creative work going on around the world. Also, it's sometimes very, very surprising. You'll see entirely new genres of art emerge that you never even heard of before. Like, for example, obviously we know about graffiti art as a discipline, and you also know about lighting design, like how you do lighting design in shows. But what happens when a lighting design team and a graffiti artist team start working together? It's a brand new type of creativity, and that kind of stuff happens all the time on Behance, and it's a real fun part of the job.
So you're obviously not from Ireland. Where are you from?
How do you know I'm not from Ireland? What if I'm just
my many skills.
I'm originally from Boston.
And is this your first time here?
It is. No, I've been to the Dublin Web Summit and the Founders event many years, 3 or 4 years. I know Patty pretty well, and I've been out here a number of times. It's a great experience and always great people.
Cool. And so you've been at the summit before, you're here now. What would you describe it in one word as?
Invigorating.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.